Hi. Thanks, Zeke. Thank you. It is now 3:12. Elena may be already exiting the building. Elvis has left the building. Okay. When she wants to be here, she's here. When she wants to be somewhere else. So she's going to be with Mom inside. Hi. I've got 3 songs today and 5 ghazals. But the 3 songs need a little bit of a story. The songs are called Rabia, Nobody But You, and Cover Story. They were all written around the same time. And I kind of had an artist's model, especially for the first song, and sort of a little bit for the other 2. Now, of course, the artist's model is not the character, okay, but she was certainly an excellent model, so to speak. But first I need to tell you the story of Rabia. Rabia of Basra was a great Sufi saint. And I heard this story from the late Erich Jessawala, who was one of Meherjee's closest disciples, who heard it from Baba. And there's a story from hundreds of years ago of this wealthy businessman who arrived in Basra. And he had time off, and he wanted to see what made Basra unique. So he asked around, and everyone said, well, there's this and that museum, and there's that monument and that. And he said, nah, every city has museums and monuments and great art. What is it that makes natural splendors? What is it that makes Basra really unique? And invariably, whoever he was talking to would say, well, we do have the most beautiful woman in the world in Basra. And he'd laugh and he'd go, yeah, everybody says that kind of thing. But after a while, his curiosity was piqued. And so he inquired about her. He wanted to see her. And this fellow said, well, you can see her. You go down this road here and you go there to this brothel. And she said, a brothel? She's in a brothel? And I remember Eric saying he wasn't the sort of man who needed to visit brothels. But his curiosity was so aroused that he went there. It was kind of late at night, and the woman at the door was the madam of the house, charged him, he said what he wanted, and she charged him some exorbitant price to get in, and he willingly paid it because now he really wanted to see this great thing, this sight he had been told of. And she takes his money, pushes him into the room, and it's a dark room, and there's just a little bit of a lamp, and at first he can't see, but then suddenly he sees an extraordinarily beautiful woman kneeling in prayer. She's on a prayer mat, and she's deep in prayer, but he looks at her, and she's so beautiful, and his passions are aroused. And as Eric said, but the atmosphere of prayer is such that it tempered that. And he thought, well, I'll wait until she's finished. And as it took a while, and as the atmosphere of her prayer filled the room, it actually dissolved his passion. And then she finally turned to him and she said, please, can I help you? Can I get something for you? Can I get you some tea? Can I bring some flowers? Can I get you some tea? And he said, no. He said, please, I'm here to serve you. And then he said, so what brings you here? And he said, everyone told me that Basra had the most beautiful woman in the world, and I didn't believe them, but now I see you, and it's true what they said. And what can I do? What can I do to serve you? He said, you are so, so beautiful. And she says, oh, this beauty is nothing compared to the Lord's beauty. And she begins to go on and on along those lines. And then finally, so actually he didn't ask what he could do to serve her at this point. After she says, this beauty is nothing compared to the Lord's beauty. And she begins to speak of the beauty of the divine. And when she's finished, he's so, as we might say, blissed out. And he said, please, what can I do? What can I give you? What can I do to serve you? She said, I'm here because this is where my Lord has placed me. And this is the duty he has given me, to bring people to his beauty. So I only have one thing to ask of you. He said, yes, anything at all. I'm a very rich man. No, I don't need your money. What I ask is, please, when you leave here, don't tell anyone what happened. But it's only because of this secret that I am able to serve my Lord in this fashion. And he agrees. And that's the story. Oh, and then Meher Baba said, in her next lifetime, she went on to be Hazrat Babajan. And without going into all of this, Hazrat Babajan was one of the 5 perfect masters who unveiled Meher Baba to his role as the Christ, like a John the Baptist. And Baba revealed that Rabia, that same Rabia, had been Hazrat Babajan, who called him over when he was a schoolboy, kissed him on the forehead, and unveiled him to his God self. So that's the story. And I really wanted to write a song inspired by that story, but not about that story. And I had in mind Eric Clapton's song, Layla. Eric Clapton was in love with George Harrison's wife, Patty Boyd Harrison. And he was bursting with this love, and he wanted to write of it, but he couldn't sing about her by name. So he used the name Layla. And Layla, in Persian lore, Majnun and Layla are the 2 great lovers. Majnun was separated from Layla, and his love was so great that he just went everywhere seeking her and repeating her name, Layla, Layla, where can I find Layla? And eventually, and it's a longish story, he comes to a perfect master, and the master says, if you had been remembering God, if you had been loving God the way you are loving Layla, you would have realized him. And he says, I don't want God, I want Layla. And in that instant, the master kissed him, and he became God realized. So I wanted to write a song that did for Rabia what Eric Clapton did for Layla. And at the time, there was a woman who I was really smitten with. And she was very beautiful and very authentic, very loving. But she was also a bit theatrically oriented, and she had a bit of a Marilyn Monroe-ish quality to her. And at one point, we were talking, and she's telling me something. And she said about somebody who had fallen in love with her. And she said, I don't know what it is. All these men fall in love with me. And there was an innocence and yet a sexiness to it. And I went home and I thought, this is my model for Rabia. I've got something to say. I don't know how you're gonna take it, but it's something I've just got to say. I love you with every fiber of my being, and it's been this way for a long, long time, and I'm telling you in the only words I know. Listen sweet, listen low. You are so beautiful that every heart must melt at the sight of you. Rabia, you are a starlit sky or the moon coming out of the sea, or a baby's cry or a lover's sigh. You're all that matters to me. Rabia, you are to love divine as an ocean bejeweled in light. Underneath the sky in your arms, oh, I seek the comfort and shelter of your delight. If you make me some tea in the morning, I will bring you a flower at night. If you make me a promise of love forever, I will bring you a rainbow of light. We will travel that road together till it takes us where we've never been. But we're already there, my sweet, sweet darling. I can't believe what all I have seen. Rabia, the moment I found you in my heart, then I saw you here too. Like the best of me, shining and free in this life, what more could I do but love you? Rabia, you are like a deep sweet dream that remains when the morning is new. If I must arise, let it be to your eyes, I'm forever in love with you. So forgive me my indiscretion, it was all in the realm of art. It could never touch the love inside of the home in our hearts. I am drinking the wine of your eyes now, even though you were so far away. So don't turn me out in the cold, my friend, you're the only place I can stay. Rabia, you are a starlit sky, you're a moon coming out of the sea. Or a baby's cry, or a lover's sigh, you're all that matters to me. Rabia, you are like a deep sweet dream that remains when the morning is new. If I must arise, let it be to your eyes, I'm forever in love with you. 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 Wow, I hope you feel something like what I'm feeling right now. Wow. Okay. Well, it was during this same time that I wrote another song, and it kind of came out of that same period of being smitten. But this one is not so much on the artist's model, but what I was feeling at the time. It's called Nobody But You. Oh, and I have to look off at the lyrics sometimes. I just type them from memory, but I can get lost in the song so easily that I forget them again. So if I'm looking off that way, I'm still thinking of you. I'm coming round to see you now, 'cause I don't have to listen twice. When destiny raps on my door, I don't ask for no advice. Now you may say I'm just believing what I want to, and it may be true. But ever since I saw you, babe, I don't want to see nobody but you. Now I know you don't want no one to tie you down and make you stay. And I don't want no one to be behind me like some joker in a Shakespeare play. No, I don't want no Juliet, 'cause I'm not fixing to die so soon. But ever since I saw you, babe, I don't wanna see nobody but you. Now I don't wanna make you do nothing that you don't wanna do. I don't wanna put you through nothing that you have to handle. I only wanna love you, babe, that's all I want, that's all I want. There's nothing that I want to take away from you. So listen to my heart, sweet darling, and listen to my loving eyes, and listen to the friend inside who'll never ever tell you lies. 'Cause I don't know the future, but I sure know what I feel is true. 'Cause ever since I saw you, babe, I don't wanna see nobody but you. Now I don't wanna make you do nothing that you don't wanna do. And I don't wanna put you through nothing that you'll have to handle. I only wanna love you, babe, that's all I want, that's all I want. There's nothing that I want to take away from you. So listen to my heart, sweet darling, and listen to my loving eyes, and listen to the friend inside who'll never ever tell you lies. 'Cause I don't know the future, but I sure know what I feel is true. 'Cause ever since I saw you, babe, I don't wanna see nobody but you. Nobody but you. Nobody, 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 no, nobody but you. Nobody but you. Nobody but you. I'm just really very happy singing that song. Oops. Okay. Now I'm going to turn off the guitar for the third song of this trilogy. It's kind of like a 3-act play, you know? So there's the first part where I'm so smitten, and the second part where I'm kind of pursuing, and then there's the third part where an old boyfriend calls her up, and there really was no future in it, but I think maybe at that point in her life she was afraid and wanted something with no future in it. And so that was a little bit of the model for this, but not about that person for real, just as an artist's model. And one thing I need to explain, I sang this at the UN once on a staff day program, at their big grand piano. Someone questioned one of my lyrics, was shocked, a younger friend of mine, was shocked at my use of the word hoary. Now, maybe if you weren't a poetry major, you don't know the word hoary. It's not spelled W-H-O-R-E-Y. It's H-O-A-R-Y. And it means old, aged, decrepit, time-worn. So there's a line in here where I say your eyes are young, but your heart is hoary. And I don't mean that this woman was whoring around. The character. Nothing had to do with the actual woman. This is the character. But even so, I'm not saying that about the character. What I'm saying is her heart felt old and aged and weary and time-worn, waiting for the love that she was looking for in her life. So when you get to that line, control your imagination. It's about that. It's about that heart quality. and I may be glancing over at the words from time to time. I actually sent this to the TV show. I think I did, or I meant to. The TV show, was it Cover Story? Covert Affairs. Covert Affairs. I really thought it would have been perfect for Piper Perabo as her theme song as the CIA agent in that show. In any event, here it is, Act 3 of that little drama of mine. I'm trembling because I'm being too personal here. Even though, okay. You're my CIA baby, my Scorpio girl, traveling undercover all around the world, going around to places no one's ever been, places that you'll probably never see again. But try to get to know you and it gets a little gory, cause all you're gonna show is your cover story. You're my blue jean goddess, my Picasso in shades. You listen to the music of Ruben Blades. You always seem to be with some guy named Maury. Well, you tell me that your life is just hunky-dory, but I know that it's only your cover story. Well, I won't blow your cover if you don't blow mine. I'm not your lover, I'm just marking time. If anyone asks, we hardly know each other, or tell them I'm your friend or maybe your lover. I won't blow your cover, so don't blow my cover. You're a high-fashion model from a low-down school, attracted to the bottle, but you're no one's fool. You can keep a secret, no one denies it. Well, your eyes are young, but your heart is hoary. Now is that all because of your cover story? Now I won't double your cover if you don't blow mine. I'm not your lover, I'm just marking time. If anyone asks, we hardly know each other, or tell them I'm your friend or maybe your lover. I won't blow your cover, I won't blow your cover. So I won't try to love you, so don't try to hide. I know you're already Mr. Casey's bride. I'm so tired of hearing that same old line. You tell me love is never having to say you're sorry, but love has got no place in your cover story. In your cover story, plausibly deniable cover story. And Mr. Casey, by the way, in that he was at that time the former head of the CIA under Ronald Reagan. So that's where that came from. I'm going to have a sip of coffee. Whoa. There's Baba, my daughter Clara with the horse, and Baba with the horse, and Zeke's painting of El Cubano, and Zeke's painting of Mara, and Zeke's painting of Baba, and Zeke's painting of Ella Fitzgerald. I got a lot of beauty and art around me. Definitely a lucky man. Okay. So now, I'm going to read the next 5 ghazals in my book called 400, and maybe you can see it better this time, 424 Ways to Find Your Lover. Has in a kind of a takeoff on Paul Simon the title, 450 Ways to Leave Your Lover. 424 Ways to Find Your Lover. There are 424 poems, ghazals. I kept it at 424 because that's my stepdaughter Elena's birthday, my grandson Jason's birthday. Coming up soon. He's gonna be 15. She's gonna be 30. He was born on her 15th birthday. Anyway. And about finding your lover, this is not like a personal ad. It's about finding the divine lover within oneself who is singing to the divine beloved. So we ended yesterday with my old encyclopedia. And again, my usual disclaimer. I've read a few of these publicly. I haven't read most of them. Turn that off. I haven't even read most of these to myself since I wrote them a decade or so ago. So it's going to be a surprise to me, as it will be to you as I read it. This is called A Morning Chat, and I subtitled it A Still Air Ghazal. It isn't exactly waking early, but it'll do. The sky is still in her pajamas, and it is barely blue. The air is clear and ready, like a slate awaiting writing. And somehow there's an apple tree ready for the biting. It's too early for succulence, but the promise of juice is around the bend. Too early to say, what's the use? I will greet this day as my newfound friend. For some, the workday is already in train, and they are hustling, actively en route to life, where streets are bustling. But for me, this is a moment of possibility, where I may write my destiny as my reality. Why did I ever fear this place? No voice can tell. Sometimes I get lost, confusing my heaven with hell. But no time for recriminations on this bright and glorious morn. I think I'll go out and have a chat with rosy-fingered dawn. It's ghazal number 56, A Morning Chat. And if you hear that humming in the background, we got a neighbor who's got a motorcycle and he likes to park right in front and to go vroom, vroom. So he's back again. Timing. Here we go. Boom. This is ghazal number 57. It's called Railroad Tracks. And it says, on inward, not westward expansion. So what's the part of me I'm railroading right now? Totally unmindful of the bodies beneath me on the tracks. Would I stop this massive barreling engine for some passing cow, sweet and gentle, full of milk, or press on to my favorite factory stacks? My one-pointed determination opened up the West in me somehow. Many men to lay the rails with pick and sinew and broken backs. Also, I could feed the flame, stoke the engine, never know a steely will, and fully armed to kill all those who might attack. Native lovers of this land, creatures of the here and now, all were grist to my mill, never to let my purpose crack. What I did not understand, the truth that I would not allow, all the innocent broken bones were part of me in piles and packs. Now I want to change my ways. But can someone tell me how? As my latest purpose drives me on, my heart is under those railroad tracks. How will I bring me back? Wow. I probably could have read that with a little bit more sadness now that I get what I was writing about. The next one, the next two, the next three. Wow. The next three, 58, 59, and 60, are all under the uber theme of on remaining connected. And by the way, up until a few years ago, Uber just meant an overarching thing. Like in this case, an overarching title, not a car service. So the first one is ghazal number 58, called In the Stillness. In the stillness, in the silence, I am free of busy violence. My need for self-connection is my greatest. Today's expressive challenge, just the latest. The 4 archangels will answer my call to keep me protected from chaos and all. Though bombs may fall around me, I walk through it unharmed, wearing your holy sadra on my soul. My life is charmed. In this way, I am insulated, safe within my being. I walk ahead with peace and purpose, while the frightened few are fleeing. I say few because the soul's a divine majority. Though I walk alone, there are so many lovers here with me. The war is ended, and we are gathered here in the arms of God, whose love is ever near. That's Ghazal 58 in the Stillness. Oh, this one needs a little story. Meher Baba had spoken of a time that would come where there would be great chaos in the world, and this would precede his manifesting his godhood universally and bringing about a new humanity of brotherhood and kindness and compassion. But one time, Bob he had an interesting humor, and sometimes you weren't sure it was humor. And this time he seemed very serious, and he was actually. And his close disciple Meherjee was there, and he said to Meherjee, "Here, I'm giving you as a gift my sadra, the garment that he wore." He said, "When the bombs start falling, you put this on, and you will remain untouched and protected." And Meherjee said to Baba, "Keep this. If my faith in you is so weak that I need to wear this magic sadra, then there's no point in me wearing it at all anyway." So this, I don't know what's coming, but I saw the first line. I know it has to do with that. It's called Like Meherjee. Ghazal number 59. Like Meherjee. I could wear your sadra while the atom bombs are falling, but like Meherjee say, your name is my calling. So I slip between the raindrops, tiptoeing through the tulips, walking on a line or crack, willing to break another back. Skating on thin ice, I'd say, still in all, I'm okay. While rollerblading, my fears go fading as I learn the art of celebrating. Walking in faith and gratitude, life itself is suddenly trued. Like Meherjee, I wear your sadra on my soul and walk through life in love and peace, safe, complete, and whole. Ghazal number 59, Like Meherjee. And the last one on this theme of remaining connected. Ghazal number 60. It's called Grateful That I Am. And so it was as if I had been given 3 ghazals, one after the other. These were all written consecutively at the same sitting. They just came pouring out. So this one, Grateful That I Am, begins, wow, surprise ghazal number 3. I am grateful for this gift from you in me. For you in me and me in you to keep reality perfectly true. I am grateful both for stress and calm, as neither alone could lead me on. I am grateful for all I am, blessing all. There is nothing to damn. At times like these, when the water is flowing, it won't be long till new flowers are growing. All in all, I am grateful I am one with myself, a flowing dam. Most of all, I am grateful for great surprises. Every morning for the sun that so brightly rises. Grateful That I Am, ghazal number 60. Thank you all or whoever for being here. I want to, as always, come over and see whoever I can see is with me right now that's on the screen, because I can't see it from there. Carrie! Wow, hello! Hello, Carrie. What a great surprise to see you here. I hope you're doing well with all of this madness. Nikki, thank you once again. Thank you so much. Michal. And Nikki and Michal and Mickey. Lots of comments. I'll have to read them all later. And whoever else is here. I later see like 23 views, but Facebook only shows me a few. So thank you so much for being here. And God willing, I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye. Let's see. Finish.